yeah, I love it. And we were laughing when we recorded because he's like, Chaya, Manami! Oh no,
Mon ami.
Mon ami.
For my brother, my friend.
Exactly, but Manami, the way he stressed it, yeah, it sounded like he's making a pizza or something. What do you want on your pizza? Manami! But I love the one where I love, this is so stupid. This is the stupidest. You're really like, that's a line you love? I love when he's sitting in their corner like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm making a hamster home. You're making a little hamster home? I don't even know why that's funny to me, but it's so cute.
It's really hard to choose an episode that was difficult to direct, because even in the hard moments, I would eat it up. I was just relishing the opportunity to be a part of this show that I love so much. So the hardest episodes for me to direct were probably the last two, because I knew that it was almost over.
Aww.
I know, it's so cheesy, but like, I get choked up just thinking about it. Because we worked really hard and fast on this show, so it was just a constant stream of getting to see these actors that I love so much, play these characters I love so much, and watch them come to love them, and what happens to the host club in the end, which maybe you haven't seen yet, so I won't give it away, but like, it was some difficult stuff. But yeah, the end was rough. But I kind of made up for it by going, okay, now that it's over, you guys were talking about bloopers, so I was thinking, let's go back and do what they're really saying at that last party. Like the deleted scene. It's meant to be kind of like you get a DVD and it has extra features of deleted scenes or alternate ending director's cut or whatever. So that's what that was meant to be, with all of us just kind of goofing around. I am the Dragon King! This is the fire of my anger, kill ya!
Oh, that was a lot of fun. You're right. And if you haven't seen the end of the show, you're gonna love it. When the little minivan pulls up and with explosives all inside.
The leprechaun.
Question? Yes. What, you kidding me? Get up here.
While hugging is going on, who has another question? Who has that one? Without hugging.
So I was wondering about how the casting was decided. Do you have control over that, or how exactly does that work?
Yes, I have control. Like, I get to make the decisions, and so then you might think, well, that's easy. You just cast yourself, and no, there's no just about it. Like Vic mentioned, I loved the show before we even acquired it, and all I ever wanted to do from the first moment I saw it was direct it. And then as I started preparing to do so in the months ahead of time, I just really started falling in love with Haruhi, as many of you probably do. I mean, she's the heroine she's invented in such a way so that you endear yourself to her. And I thought, I've never played a role like this. I would really love the opportunity. And I mentioned that to my producer, and he basically said I had to audition just like everybody else. And naturally, I would expect at least that much. So I got to cast everybody else, and then when it came down to Haruhi, I just told him I really would like to try this. And he wanted to hear my audition. He wanted to hear the other ladies who auditioned for the role, who were up in the front running for it. And then he still wasn't even sure that I could do it yet, so I had to record an entire episode and prove it, really. So I kind of had it harder than other actors, I guess. So that's how that worked. And then everybody else, I got to pick who I wanted, and basically my producer just has to say, okay. Or maybe for whatever reason be like, that Vic guy, he never gets scheduled, and, not Vic, but you know what I'm saying? And there weren't any issues, but should there be a problem, like I'm concerned about this person because blah, maybe try somebody else. So it's pretty much I get to decide, and then my producer just goes, okay, go ahead. Good question.
Actually, I have a question. For Ouran, did you not have to get Japanese approval?
We did not have to get Japanese approval.
Kicks butt. Sometimes for the shows that we do, the Japanese company that produces it would like to have some kind of control over the American version of it. So we'll have the entire show cast, or the core cast, sent over to Japan for approval. And they can approve them, but very frequently they don't. Very frequently they want 5 options for each character, and they'll pick the 3rd one down or something like that. Just because it sounds so different to them, not really speaking our language. So that can be actually kind of a difficult process sometimes.
Especially because culturally there are certain sounds that they equate to certain types of characters. The sound of a voice, this high-pitched thing must mean it's this type of character. And that doesn't necessarily register to English-speaking ears. So sometimes you're like, really? Not that the actor is bad, but like, oh, that's so odd. We got to make it work. But I didn't have to get approval. I still haven't got to read the manga yet. When we were doing the show, I did not want to read it, simply because I'm not telling that story. I'm telling the anime story. And while the characters are the same, you know, if you know them both, they have to move chapters around so it flows better in a television setting. So I wanted to focus on the story I was telling. And then immediately after, I got wrapped up in the other shows I'm working on. So I look forward to finally having the opportunity to read the manga, and I know some exciting things happen based on what you spoilerific fans like to tell me. Yes, in the way back.
Hi, I was just curious. One animator once said that shoujo's never going to really matter much eventually in anime. I'm just wondering if you guys think that with the way the line is doing so well, do you think there's going to be a chance for an actual shoujo series to eventually be on both television or on the air and network television?
No, to be perfectly honest, I don't see that happening, and like I like shoujo. It's become like my favorite part of anime. I just think it's hysterical and fun. I love dorky high school romantic comedy antics in anime. It's like my favorite. But I think that just sometimes it's hard enough the way anime looks for a Western audience to accept it, and then when you put the type of situations that you find in shoujo, I mean, we've got a host club of pretty boys and girls who pay to go see them in high school. There are too many huge cultural differences that people would have to get over, and there are things about the shows that because of television regulations, they would maybe never even be allowed to be on the air because of that, or because the girls are too voluptuous, or the 2 boy brothers like to hang on each other. It may have to go on some type of like cable channel, but I don't see it being on like other than Funimation channel.
Yeah, the sad truth is that broadcast is moving away from anime. There are very few anime on TV right now, and there will be even fewer in the future. They're kind of steering away from that. We've been having a lot of trouble getting things on broadcast lately, just because the channels make so much more money when they produce the things that they put on TV, because then they get all of the marketing and all the licensing from that, as opposed to putting our shows on and then we get all of that. So it's you're going to have a lot of trouble watching anime on TV for a while.
But you can watch a lot for free on Funimation.com. Hey, Funimation. Yeah, it's right here.
To go with her, if you continue with Ouran Host Club, if you did, would you keep the same cast?
Oh yeah, I don't see any reason to change it. We don't have any situations with voice Exactly. Yeah, I'm assuming we would, but it's all up to Japan. You know, anything is possible, because people used to ask us a couple years ago, what if they made more Full Metal Alchemist? And I'm like, and how many years after it ended, they're making more. And hello, by the same studio, Bones, get with the program, make some more.
And they really did for a long time say that was it. They were
against
refusing to think about doing more. So
it could happen. It can happen.
Yes, sir.